It's awkward, isn't it? It's a Champions League draw going on. Didn't know that.
Bro, it's John Obi Mikel. John Obi Mikel.
Yeah.
It's a little
Arsenal
bit
just
awkward.
drew. Arsenal just drew. Hold on.
Oh,
no.
Arsenal. Okay.
Yeah.
A bit awkward.
Right.
Arsenal.
Oh dear.
Arsenal's the first one.
Come on, John Obi. Give us Atletico. You know you
But
want
when
to.
did John Obi Mikel become like he's everywhere,
Such
bro?
a bit, he's become a bigger name, if anything.
He's
mad.
everywhere.
Oh my god.
Here we go. Arsenal's about to draw someone, I think.
Come on, John Obi.
Come on. Atletico. I want them to absolutely get.
I want Real Madrid
on.
now. After what happened on Big Six yesterday.
What happened yesterday?
Oh,
I'll tell you after.
Oh,
Big up the chat.
Come on,
Who they got? Who they got?
Come on. Who you also got?
Eunice knows. Who they got?
Please.
It's not Dortmund.
Atletico.
It's not Dortmund.
Bayern Munich. It's Thomas Tuchel. Yeah, baby.
LDTT. Mr. LDTT. Come on.
Yes. At least we got something to look forward to.
Tuchel back in London. Come on.
We are all doing the watch along for that one.
The narratives are going to be insane. That's who they got knocked out to last time, innit? Do you remember that 10-2?
Yeah, 5-1 away from home, 5-1 at home.
I can see the chat, not our chat, like the watch the draw chat is all going 10-2, 10-2, 10-2.
Do you know what? I hope Arsenal get battered.
I hope Tuchel tears them a new one.
Yes. And Harry Kane, come on, brother. This is your chance.
Yeah. I forgot about
Atletico
Harry.
Madrid. Atletico
Madrid against who?
I want Atletico to maybe draw Barcelona or something.
Real Madrid.
Barcelona.
I need the Madrid derby.
Actually, do you know what? Atletico Madrid versus Man City.
Oh, that would be tasty.
That'd be
Yeah,
nice.
would be
That'd be
tasty.
nice. Let's see.
Pep against Simeone.
Come on. Is Younes ahead of us?
He must be.
I am a little bit.
So you already know who it is now.
I won't react.
Matisse, you're probably behind me.
I'm actually seeing.
Come on. Oh, what?
What's happening?
Yeah, that's dead draw.
That's a dead one, bro.
Well, it means
Madrid
but
versus
I
Dortmund.
expect
that's fine.
Atletico to go through.
Let them, if anything, let them two draw each other, and then we just
So someone's going to semi-final willy-nilly.
Yeah, I think Atletico.
Do you know what? Can I just say, Diego Simeone, with his record, he deserves to actually win.
He does.
actually
Yeah,
Bro,
deserves
he
to
does.
He
I'm
does.
not even
So
going to lie. He does.
I'm here for a little Diego Simeone run, to be fair. I'm here for it.
Do you know what, lads? That match, Atletico Madrid versus Inter, I was watching that. I was so enthralled by that match. It was such a good game, man. I was actually going for Inter Milan, hoping that they could go through because Simone Inzaghi, he's doing so well there. But then when Atletico won, I was like, do you know what? I'm not too bothered. Like, it just is like they're good. What happened here? What was the first draw?
Real Madrid against you're about to see.
Oh shit!
Oh my day! Oh, someone's got the head. Who's
Man
this guy?
City.
Yeah, Real Madrid versus Man City. Who's this guy? He's about to have a heart attack.
Oh my days!
Lads, who was that guy? Who's going like that?
Whoa, heritage!
Yeah, I don't know. You know,
bro, that guy almost collapsed as soon as he saw Man City. That must
so
be
the
a Real
last one
Madrid
is PSG
versus Barcelona.
What a
repeat! Them running it back. Do you remember?
Remember the repeat?
Do you remember the
comeback? The comeback.
Oh,
the comeback. Yep.
6-1, wasn't it? 6-1.
Yeah.
You see, now hang on. Can we pause really quickly? Do you see all this excitement?
Yeah,
we don't get this in the Super League.
Oh yeah.
Can I just say that it doesn't exist?
There's no draw in Super League. It's just
There's
the
no
league.
draw because everybody's already there. It's true. Oh dear.
The only draw you're gonna get is in a match.
Oh god. Oh boy.
Oh yeah, they're gonna do the draw for the semi route as well.
Oh,
see who plays who in the semi.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
This is where we were getting gassed and we were starting to get confident that we were going to win the Champions League.
Yeah, this is where you tried to map out the whole path.
Yeah,
because we had Porto, and then whoever else.
It was Porto or Liverpool. No, Porto, and then either Real Madrid or Liverpool.
Real Madrid, yeah.
And then the final all the way to City.
Yeah. This is when we started to believe that we could do it all the way.
Yeah.
I don't think Arsenal should like think that's the worst draw they can get. Like they've actually just got someone that's not top of the league, that's not having like.
It could have been worse. Yeah, I agree. It could have
actually been worse.
But it's still
Bayern, bro. Bayern heritage, bro. Bayern history. Champions
John
League.
Obi Mikel.
Bayern.
It's a very interesting draw. Very interesting draw, that one. Very interesting draw.
Because both teams want to play football, so one's got to give in.
Who's quarterfinal 2? Is that Arsenal, Bayern Munich?
To be honest, I couldn't care less now. I mean, the rest will just work out for itself. You know what, lads? Arsenal, like their fan base, they think they're like some supreme team. They got almost done by Porto. They really did. Porto almost had them done.
Arsenal or Bayern Munich will face Real Madrid or Man City.
Love it. Arsenal, do not go anywhere.
Arsenal, you are finished.
That's mad.
You are going to be finished.
Yeah, that's wild. So
what does it mean? Like on the other side, even if
PSG or Barca will play
against Atletico
or Dortmund. Yeah.
Or Dortmund.
Don't worry. Arsenal, you're not winning this. You are not winning.
Do you know what? Can I just say Mbappe might leave on a high now. Mbappe might leave on a high.
I don't mind that one bit, to be honest.
I'll be here for it, you know. Mbappe might leave on a high, man.
Nah, PSG. Do you think PSG will go all the way? I don't.
Mbappe, the way that he played the last game, Mbappe's looking like as if he wants to, wants to
against Sociedad. He did
last year at PSG, his boyhood club. He's looking like he wants to leave on a legacy thing. I'm here for it. I want PSG. I want PSG to win it, or Bayern Munich to win it. That's my two teams.
I think PSG should beat Barcelona over the 2 legs, and then Atletico and Dortmund. PSG
should be Atletico.
I think Atletico will go all the way there. I think Atletico will go all the way there.
They could.
Yeah, I think so.
I want either Bayern to win it with Tuchel and Harry Kane, or
Atletico with Azpilicueta. Atletico with Azpilicueta. Come on, bro.
That would.
Aspi's already won it. To be fair, I wouldn't mind Diego Simeone.
Give him another one.
I wouldn't mind
he's not won it. They've not won it, have they?
Yeah, Diego Simeone as well. That's
Diego Simeone has not won it.
Yeah, PSG.
I think it's been basically, to like
that's my side of the draw. That's my side of the draw. Just hopefully Dortmund go out. That's my side of the draw. Yeah, I love that side of the draw.
But realistically, who do you think's going all the way?
Realistically?
Yeah.
City or Madrid. Whoever wins that game.
Yeah, it's either Madrid or City. One of them.
City or Madrid.
Whoever wins that game is winning the Champions League, I think.
Because let's be honest, man. Madrid, boy, they are so difficult. It don't matter who they got. I know defensively they've got a lot of people out, but bro, when you have Vinicius, Jude Bellingham, like, come on. You're doing damage.
It's mad. So is semi-final draw happening now?
It's already done.
It's already done. Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's already done. Yeah. All right. Well, let's move on then. Let's get into our own business because this don't concern us really.
Oh, it's sad that it doesn't concern us, bro.
Yeah, who's Chelsea playing in the quarterfinal? Oh man, I wish I could say that.
Chelsea are playing in the quarterfinal. Leicester, not Champions League.
we got our own quarterfinal to focus on. Our own quarterfinal. But before we do that, obviously we're just off the back of a 3-2 win against Newcastle. Mudryk coming off the bench, making a serious impact. For me, makes him a must start against Newcastle. If Sterling had played well that game again, then obviously maybe him coming off the bench, making cameo appearances could have just been his thing until the end of the season or whatever. But I think with the way that Sterling's playing, I think everybody's kind of calling for Mudryk to at least get a fair shake now after scoring. But Gusto and Palmer still on the connection. But it was all interrupted last night with Pochettino, and this is where we have to start. Pochettino and Winstanley.
Oh, mate.
We're watching Brighton versus Roma. Now,
I was watching that game, by the way. When I saw that on TV, I'm like, what?
When I saw this, million.
Were you guys watching the game?
I wasn't watching the game.
I wasn't watching the game. I was like,
because I said to myself, the tie's dead. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna just chill. I'm gonna watch a few other things. But so when I seen that on Twitter, I was like, okay, now everybody, you must be joking. Like you must be taking the piss because why would Pochettino turn up to his replacement's party? Like, why would he do that?
He's scouting, bro. He might be head scout, Pochettino.
Bro. So No, obviously nobody knows why they're there, right? They might be interested in another player. They could be scouting a player. Maybe they could have even been looking at Lukaku if he had started the game for Roma, because obviously, I mean, I just had this debate with Nini on a pod there yesterday that he wants to consider Lukaku coming back. Obviously, that made me throw up in my mouth. I don't want Lukaku to come back for obvious reasons because it's Lukaku. But that could have been an option, but he wasn't playing. Maybe they expected him to start and he didn't. Maybe they got egg on their face. Or maybe they're looking at De Zerbi. Or they're looking at the way he plays, the philosophy, and saying, can you implement this? I don't really know. It's very awkward though. I'm thinking, does Pochettino not think it's awkward as well? Like, do you not think it's kind of awkward for you to be there with Winstanley, who used to work with De Zerbi and Brighton, looking at the manager that has been heavily linked with us in reports? There's no way you've missed it. There's no way you can't get away from it. They've taken so many people from Brighton. You must just put one and one together at this point. Such a weird thing, don't you think?
Do you know what? I loved what Younes tweeted. Maybe there's some truth behind it. I think Younes tweeted saying maybe Winstanley took Poch. So, mate, see that club? That's how we want to play. Copy and paste. That's what we want to become. Have a look.
This is what we're doing, Poch. What are you doing?
Can you imagine if they had it in their mind? There was like, maybe you guys can be co-manager. Have you ever thought of that? Ever heard of collaboration?
Multi-club co-management.
Collaboration.
Why not?
So this is how it's going to work. Co-management, collaboration. We're going to have you as the manager to kind of keep everybody happy in terms of the environment and the atmosphere, because you get along with everyone. You're still going to try and develop some of the youngsters as well. And you're going to do the presses because we believe in what you're saying, and you're not going to kick off like De Zerbi did about Caicedo and McAllister. And then De Zerbi's going to coach the style and the philosophy side of stuff and the way we play, and it's going to come together. We're going to have you two as co-management. I wouldn't be surprised if we were the first club ever to go co-management. Co's Blues, co-management.
I wouldn't be. I wouldn't be surprised if those two were to accept it as well.
And then it's like Eddie Howe and his assistant, only De Zerbi and Pochettino on the touchline. And to be fair, Pochettino doesn't even be on the touchline, so he likes to sit down. So that's perfect. It's not even going to look mad. De Zerbi will be up doing this.
We can possibly have
like that.
We can possibly have a manager for the league and manager for the domestic cups. Do rotation. Maybe managers get tired as well. They need rotation as well. Who knows? You know, a lot of mental pressure. Why stop at 2? Get Thomas Frank in there as well. Have 3-way management.
He can run the set pieces.
He's already got his set piece boy here. He can have the set piece.
Sorted.
That would be so wild.
I wouldn't put it past us. I wouldn't put it past us. But it's actually crazy to think, like, yeah, what were they doing there, bro? Like, I bet deep down, Paul Winstanley was just like, just here to support Brighton, innit? Because, and
he's a Brighton lad.
And Poch is just there, like, why the hell am I here? Like, what did you bring me to, bro? Like, why? Like, I wouldn't be surprised because his face, that's what it looked like. I genuinely don't know what was the reason why they were there. You know, I don't get it.
Poch's face looked like he didn't want to be there. He was like,
yeah, he just did not look. Yeah, but he's I don't know. He's had to, or he's gone with it, or he wanted to at first, and now he didn't want to. I don't know. God knows. But to think that they could actually be watching the possible replacement for Pochettino in the flesh is just a violation. It's a violation, man.
Speaking of violations, Turkish has turned up. We didn't realize the Champions League draw was on. We kind of forgot, you know, since it doesn't have Chelsea in there, and Liverpool in there, Man United in there, some of English's best clubs, you know, England's best foot forward in the competition, the teams that have won it the most. We just forgot, you know, we forgot. So it's
I actually didn't forget. I wanted to turn on to hate on Arsenal. Like, let's be honest. Like, I actually wanted to see who's going to get Arsenal so I can hate on them.
Play it cool, man. Play it cool. Play it cool. Play it
I'm
cool.
like, you know
what it is? You know what it is?
I despise Arsenal Football Club, man. Absolutely despise them.
Let's be real.
bro.
Yeah, Turkish.
cool.
We just wanted to see who your executioners were going to be. Simple as that.
Simple as that. I'm waiting.
Sorry.
I'm absolutely waiting.
Sorry, Matisse, you're going to have to deal with this in the big six.
Big Six was yesterday, thankfully. I won't see them till Monday, so we'd have to hear about this. But do you know what, Bayern Munich? It's a long day. Yeah, so good luck. I mean, you don't want to go out Thomas Tuchel, that's for sure. The guy that's been very good in the Champions League the last couple of times he's been in it. So,
Do you know what? Just going back to that Lukaku point, I see a lot of people, obviously you said that Nini, he's thinking about that Lukaku. He's pondering, if he can bring Lukaku back. I'm just thinking, there's a lot of fans out there that are wondering, why not bring Lukaku in? Have we actually stopped and thought for a second, this guy actually doesn't want to come back? He literally did a press conference after that 4-0 victory against Brighton when the press was on him. He said, I better not say too much, but he did. At the end of the day, he ended up saying a lot by saying, I don't want to return back to England. He literally said that in that press.
Yeah, keep me here or something. Yeah.
Why are we still entertaining this discussion? Shall we have Lukaku back? He don't want to come back. Have we just wondered that for a second?
For me, right, if we talk about standards, when you want a player to play for you that doesn't want to play for you, that is when the standards are in hell. Because for me, we should never be in a situation, never be at a point where we are having a player that doesn't want to play for us. He has openly, publicly demonstrated.
He's begging, Matisse. He's begging
multiple times. It's not just about Tuchel. People keep talking about Tuchel.
No.
Tuchel's not been here for years now. Tuchel wasn't here last summer. He still wanted to leave. He's wanted to leave every single opportunity he's got since that incident. And it doesn't matter if that Tuchel's been gone. Pochettino spoke with him privately. He still wanted to leave. He wanted to leave to Inter. Then he changed his mind and said he wanted to go to Juventus and pissed off the Inter fans. And then now he went and end up at Roma. And the last time he spoke, he was like, oh, I don't want to say too much. I don't want to get in trouble. Oh, fuck you. Do you know what I'm saying?
Impression.
Fuck you. It will always be fuck you. It will always be fuck you on this channel every day until the end. I'm not going to be persuaded, convinced, change my mind. I'm sorry, because regardless of the goals that he gets, regardless of the 2-striker system we could deploy with Jackson, I do not want him as a senior figure around these young players. Because if he decides he's going to tap them up, and make them move mad, it's over. Do you know what I'm saying? It's finished. So we're not doing that.
And Matisse, just quickly, I can see Marva writing that he's still contracted to our club. Let me tell you something.
That's nice.
Let me tell you very easy. This is personal experience, right? Not my last job, the job before that. It got to a point where me and my manager, we just didn't get along anymore, right? And it got to a point where I actually explicitly said to my manager's manager that I'm not sitting in the same table that my manager's sitting. I'm going to sit somewhere else because I can't stand the guy anymore. I'm not going to have it. I'm going to come in, and if I see him there, I'm going to sit somewhere else. Literally, they came to me and said, Miz, if this continues, we can't move forward. So either here's a pay package. If you want to leave, we'll look after you go. Or if you want to stay, you're going to have to get along. So this whole contract business, they couldn't make me. I was contracted to them. They couldn't make me do what they wanted me to do. I had still the say, even though I was contracted. So this whole contract business is BS, mate. Like in real life, sure, there's a piece of paper, there's a contract. It don't mean nothing. If I don't want to play for a club, I will not play for that club. You can put a gun on my head. You can do whatever you want me to do. I will not do it. So it's up to you. You can keep paying me. I'm not going to come. You can take me to the courts. We can come to a termination. No problems. And that's probably what Lukaku wants. He wants a termination.
And bear in mind, you're not asking a Lukaku to come into a Chelsea team that are competing at the top end where he can motivate himself via success. You're asking Lukaku to come into Chelsea's worst period in their last 30 years of history, and you're asking him to be motivated for that and to put in the effort for that. Give me a break. Come on.
Exactly.
You're not even giving the guy world-class players, maybe some friends like Pogba if he was still playing or whatever. Something. Throw him a bone or something. You want him to play in no Europe, most likely, in this young team with the frustration of playing with Madueke, the frustration of playing with Mudryk as they overhit or underhit a pass. So come on now. You want him to lead the attack.
Bro.
Leave it out. Leave it.
I was going to say, if we had context, he blew it when we had Tuchel and we still had Roman and we were still, still had that structure. We weren't in any of this mess, like it didn't exist, and he blew it then. Can you imagine if he comes in now? Mate, it's nukes. It's nukes flying off. Like,
if he was complaining then,
Matisse is right.
Look how many things he's going to have to complain about now.
Bro, it'll be endless. It'll be endless.
We'll be doing interviews every week.
And not just that,
every 2 days.
Man's on 300 plus K per week.
Yeah.
That's something Chelsea want to get rid of.
Facts. Actually, no, I think he halved his wage, didn't he? We came to an agreement to half it.
So he halved his wage because he wanted to go to that loan.
Right. That's how badly he wanted to go, people.
He's willing to half his life. Let me go. I will get half the pay. I will half enjoy my life. Let me go, mad. Chelsea. That's how mad it is.
This guy came into a Champions League winning team under a Champions League winning manager of a Champions League group of players. A competition, by the way, he's never won. So he has no audacity to come in here stomping feet, acting like the big man. He's never won that competition. We had just won it. We were top of the league, and he's kicking up a fuss. So I'm trying to think, what kind of fuss is he kicking up when we're in 11th? And he actually is one of the biggest names, and he actually is one of the best players, and he actually becomes the guy. He's not around Rudiger, Thiago Silva, Mason Mount, like Kante, Jorginho. He's now actually around
kids.
Oh, Jackson. He's around Jackson. He's around like Cole Palmer. Maybe he'll get along with Cole Palmer.
Jackson, who's shushing Brentford fans before we draw. You think now Lukaku? You think Lukaku's gonna be quiet around them? Hey, listen, you're not ready for this. If he stays, next season's up in smoke. May as well just give us the points deduction, because I'm telling you now, he's gonna cause absolute anarchy. It's gonna be drama FC for the whole year. Yeah. And best believe, final point on this matter: the manager that we appoint, if it's not Poch, do you think they're gonna be some big commander-in-chief, Jose Mourinho, Diego Simeone? No. You're going to get soft. You're going to get someone who is collaborative, somebody that understands the loan system of Broya for Washington. So best believe whoever comes in is not going to have the kahunas or the bollocks to deal with a Lukaku level personality. That is all I will say on the matter. So I would love, if anything, bring this shit to me. Bring it to my doorstep so I can watch it blow up. I would love to see this shit. You are not going to get no manager that he respects. No chance about, you're not going to get one of the top managers out of one things that he respects, or he has to be quiet. Conte's, no disciplinary. No discipline. No.
Me no discipline.
No, me no discipline. Me no discipline. I didn't even get to say all this on the pod. I would have said it. I just threw up. Nini had to. I was just throwing up. I cannot make enough. It's not even out of just hatred. It was also hatred. Don't get this twisted. I really don't like him. Really do not. It's very rare, if at all, I will say I don't like a player. He is one of the few players I actually don't like. Like, genuinely do not like him. His personality stinks. Absolutely stinks from what I can see publicly. But for me, there's enough reasons for this to go wrong. More than enough.
People need to understand. This is a player, you don't understand. He is hated by so many different fan bases. Ask Inter fans. Ask what he did to Inter. Forget about us. He don't even love us. He never loved us. He never even liked us. He actually did love Inter, and he backstabbed his best mate, Lautaro Martinez.
He's 30 years of age.
He went to his wedding.
What are you not talking about? What do you mean he changed? He's 30 years of age. People were telling me last summer he's changed, give him a chance. And then he fucked over Juventus and went to Inter. And now they've got ultras saying, don't ever come back to our club, you snake. He fucked over Inter to go Juventus.
Bro,
what?
He went to Martinez's wedding. And then when Inter struck the deal with Chelsea, finally it was going to happen. he went missing. Lukaku went missing, and Lautaro Martinez was apparently calling him. There's quotes from Lautaro Martinez saying, "I was calling him. He was not picking up my phone. I was trying to locate where his brother is because
that's one of his best friends,
deal
by
with
the way.
Chelsea." Yeah,
that's one of his best friends that was at his wedding.
Bro, that is his
please
best friend.
Allow it, man. Allow it. Stop smoking. You man, you need to stop.
I don't know why people. Where do people get the audacity to even think? Let's get Lukaku. Like, why are you even thinking this?
His best man. Nah, this conversation's finished. Bring me. I'll take anyone over him.
Oh, man, that makes it worse.
Anyone over him. Vlahovic. Bring anyone.
You know,
anyone.
You know what? It comes down to principle, right? It depends how you see things, not just in football, but I think in life, right? How you analyze people. If you give someone a second chance, you give them a second chance. If they blow that second chance, then it's up to you whether you are happy to proceed or you're just gonna cut them off at that point. Personally, for me, red cross. See you later. Bye. That's me. Now, there's gonna be some people that might go, no, another chance, that's you. But if you get hurt again, don't come running. Do you know what I mean? You get hurt again and you cry, it's on you. So with this situation, but he left us to go to Inter. Basically, look, he cheated on us to go to Inter and then he cheated on the mistress. Like, it's absolutely incredible.
Mad.
It's a never-ending saga. How many people have been How many teams have been hurt by this brother? It's endless.
There's no fan base that like him. There's no fan base.
Oh,
it doesn't exist. So
I don't even think the Belgian fan base like him too much, to be honest.
He did come on and screw up the World Cup, but I think he was injured coming in. So, but yeah, if you guys. If there's even a 1% of you that just want to continue to go through this cycle of getting hurt by the same person over and over again, that's your own toxicity right there. You keep that to yourself. But you see me, I got too much respect for my club, my badge, and what this name means to play for Chelsea. People talk about all the time they want players that want to play for Chelsea. How many people support us in, Alphonso Davies? And you want me to accept this brother? Nah. We are a big club. I'm sorry. Our position may be peak, but we are not gonna. There's too many players that support us, inspired by Drogbaba, and no, we're not doing that. No, we're not doing that.
Bro.
The only reason why we're in this position is because we're idiots. That's the only reason. It's not because we ain't got the pull. Osman would be at this club, signed, sealed, and delivered. If we were in the top 4 right now and we were gonna make Champions League and we had the money to pay, this brother would have already signed a pre-contract. Like, we don't need, we got pull. You don't have to worry about that. The only reason we might not have it is because we're in a bad position. It's not because of the size of the club. Don't worry about all that.
So going back to the point, so obviously we've just put aside this Lukaku conversation. What a waste of the last 20 minutes.
Yeah,
but going back to the point, why was Poch and Winstanley at the MX Stadium?
We're going back to that. Damn.
Yeah, because it makes me think. Because we just took away the Lukaku shit, right? That couldn't be
life's great questions.
No, that was why we was talking about it.
Yeah. That's.
I think
just randomly talking about Lukaku. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
So
why were they there?
Who was playing? Was Evan Ferguson playing? We've been linked to him a lot.
He didn't.
They might see his price tag drop now because he hasn't been playing or scoring goals this season. They might see that as an advantage.
I'm pretty sure.
Duran scored, by the way. We might go back in for him. Scored a cracker.
Why didn't they go to Aston Villa? They should have gone to Aston Villa.
Younes is pissed.
Younes is pissed, bro. That's your man. That's our guy next season. John Duran.
Jason Derulo for you, brother. Jason Derulo for you, brother.
I must say, what a rocket
for you, brother. Jason Derulo. Yeah, I'm saying. And some Chelsea fans are starting to look into it. Like, his ball striking is pretty good.
Yeah, because he scored 1 goal.
Brilliant. He did that. Remember the last goal that he scored? It was cracker as well, to be fair.
Evan Ferguson did come on, by the way, 61st minute. Ferguson did come on.
Nowadays, that automatically means, you're signing for Chelsea, mate. Come on.
Oh dear. One shred of potential, one glimmer of hope.
One shred of potential.
Forget track record. Forget that. Not interested in track records. No. Just one shred. All it takes is one shred.
Ferguson was actually there from 61st minute, so maybe they were looking at Ferguson. Who knows?
And you know what's peak? Brighton were already 4-0 down. Like it wasn't even like incentive. Like it just wasn't going to happen to try and come back in this game, especially after a certain amount of time. Like, did we even see Brighton properly? Probably not. The game was dead after a while. So again, like, why are they in attendance? Yeah, God knows. Who were they seeing? Don't know. But again, look, I bet it's De Zerbi, man. I bet they went to check up on De Zerbi. That's it, man.
How's Poch going on and checking up on De Zerbi? That's mad.
So if Paul Winstanley and Lawrence Stewart are there, it's questionable, and it's definitely like red flag for Poch. But at least you're not there. Like, I would hate to turn up at, like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's almost like turning up to the boy who likes your girl's birthday party. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like going to the. It's like turning up at the guy's birthday party that fancies your girlfriend. It's like, why would you turn up to that party? Like, what are you doing? What? Why are you there? What's going on? I
the only reason I would be there is to probably murder him. That's the only reason I'd be there.
But what I don't get why Winstanley and Poch need to be there. I can get why Winstanley's there. I can't get.
I was going to say,
I'm confused.
Poch has no business being there.
So strange, really strange behavior. Like,
do you know what?
Honestly, odd.
This is why, Younes, just quickly on this one. Yeah. I honestly don't know if Poch is going to leave. Like,
I was going to say.
Yeah, were you going to say the same thing? Like,
I was going to say the same. Look, what is this?
We bring in that Brentford guy, Bernardo Cueva, and apparently upon Matt Law and David Oinstein's report, Poch was discussed. Yeah, Poch said, like, these guys are consulting things with Poch.
Although Matt Law said that, according to sources to him, that's not actually the case. That's just what Chelsea are saying. So,
okay.
But Matt Law's not exactly been, tier one this season.
No, Matt Law's done himself in. Like, his whole reputation's been done.
Is he cut off? Is he cut off?
He clearly is.
He clearly is. Yeah, of course he is.
He didn't even get a response to the email. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He tried to, and you know what? I honestly think he spoke about the CEO recently, yeah? I think he's speaking facts on that. But his reputation's in the bin. People are not listening to you, brother. No. Like, you've blown it before. Like, you might come out with all the truth now and people will be like, nah, mate.
When his articles drop, I just say, I'll compile all of that and save it for later. I don't rush to react to that. Matt Law used to be like breaking news. He used to be like, oh shit, we need to go live. Now it's like, okay, I'll jot that down and we'll address it later. Thank you for your comment.
Matt Law, you effing deserve that, mate. You absolutely deserve that, bro.
God,
you absolutely deserve that, bro.
Land it on his head.
Here's a message just for you, Matt Law. This is for all the shit that you said about Rudiger during the Frank Lampard time. You effing deserve this, brother. Absolutely did. You notorious man. I remember what you did, man. You piece of crap. You absolutely deserve it, bro.
He was a proper.
I remember, man. Everyone was against Rudiger. Like, people want to do like murder Rudiger because he was apparently the one who sacked Frank Lampard. That was the news that was going around. He made Rudiger the bully. You made him the bully.
His bias was wild. The way he reported on Jorginho versus Mount was a travesty. Cover. Yo, actually, no. Yeah, you can hold that. Yeah, you can hold that. You can hold that 100%. You've been trying to profit off agendas. You can hold that. You can definitely have to hold that.
100%.
This is the thing. And this is why now he's in a position where he's not got the same links like he had before. And clearly he's not happy about that. But now he's doing things if it is actually in a proper way now. There's no credibility. So that's, in the bin.
Yeah,
we did see the draw. Arsenal versus Bayern. We did. Tim Sherwood incident was a setup. El Mans.
That guy's another idiot as well. I don't know if you guys saw that video.
Yeah, we saw.
That was. I'm so happy the way Cole Palmer handled that. What a mature young kid, man.
Yeah.
To be able,
imagine if he'd been asking. No disrespect, I love Jackson, but imagine if he'd asked like someone that was a bit more immature. It would have been peak.
Oh mate,
bro, I think they would have collapsed. They would have actually said, "Yeah, my teammates."
Imagine he asked Lukaku.
Maybe just walk off. Oh, if you ask Lukaku, oh my days would be.
Cole Palmer actually stood there and looked at Tim Sherwood and almost wanted to say, Are you serious? You're actually going to talk about my teammates in front of me like that?
When I'm going back to the dressing room in 5 minutes.
No, it's absolutely mad because he had. Look, as a pundit, you can display what you think and you can say what you think, but not next to the player, like, and putting it on him and expecting a response. Like, mate, yeah, I agree. Like they're absolutely pants. I'm waiting for the next batch to come in, man. I can't wait. Like, you're not gonna do that. What are you
Sell
doing?
Madueke, sell Madrid, sell Sterling,
sell all
didn't
of
pass
these
to me
brothers.
against Wolves, sell Jackson, get rid of all of them. I'm sick of them. Shit attack. I'm the best. Hold that.
Hold that.
Walks off.
And by the way, the gaffer told me he will build the team around me. Yeah.
Yes,
So just
more
wait.
they can believe.
So
I'm
they
gonna
can
be.
believe.
I'm
Yeah,
in
everyone's
Cuckoo.
mothered.
In Cuckoo, you had your chance. Bye bye. You know what I'm saying? Oh,
Like,
brother.
what an idiot. What an absolute idiot.
Speaking
And to be
of,
fair, he wouldn't be completely wrong, but he
No.
went about it completely wrong.
This is why I said he might have some truth behind what he
Yeah.
was saying, but you can't do that, man. No,
No.
well, you can't do
Can't
that
do
to Cole Palmer. What the hell?
especially when like it's just one of those things where it's like it's like asking someone like information when you know that they've just signed an NDA. Like, what are you doing?
Exactly.
Like, Cole Palmer has signed an NDA from the day that he signed for Chelsea. He is not allowed to slag off his own teammates. It's very much unwritten rule in the contract. You are not allowed to tweet, to say that your teammates are shit. Okay, it's not allowed. So don't bother. There's so much nonsense to get through. Silva's
I love how
replacement
our
could
club
be
is like this now.
Silva's replacement could be Euro.
Who is
Yoro?
this guy?
Euro?
Oh, YOLO? Who is it?
YOLO.
Matisse, you know what the
Yoro.
crazy part is? You know what the
So-
crazy part is, lads? As soon as that news dropped, I think I saw PYS's account first. I know there were others as well.
Yeah.
So many Chelsea fans. This is the most talented CB.
I'm telling you, man, Stockholm syndrome is a real thing. Stockholm syndrome is a
I
real
was
thing,
like,
man. I'm
how
telling
do
you.
these people know
Do you know what?
every single
Do you know
kid out
what?
there?
So there's addictions that people just can't stop, right? There's smoking. There's loads of addictions out there that are just toxic. Signing talented young players with high potential is one of them. If you ever needed a drug to continuously regurgitate around in a cycle at this football club, and for some people to just never be able to stop, never be able to cut loose and get a grip, it is this one. Sign high potential young players that are on FIFA, that have got a high potential rating next to them. If you just give them game time, just give them consistency, they can become world class. And by the way, I'm not saying for the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 100th time that this kid isn't talented, that this kid doesn't have potential. But the problem again is the balance.
Exactly.
It's the balance again.
Exactly.
If you had signed this kid when we managed to renegotiate Rudiger's contract terms, or we managed to renegotiate Christian's contract terms, and then we had those two starting, and you had Colwell as a third choice, and then you were looking for one more, bring me YOLO. Bring me YOLO. Bring me Euro. I'm here for it because now I have balance. If Real Madrid bring in this player, great signing. I get it. If he's got high potential coming in under Militao, Rudiger, makes sense. Does it make sense for us? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. But here we are again.
And we're looking.
So
This guy is coming in to replace Thiago Silva.
That's mad. It's just mad.
And
honestly.
some will perhaps say, well, no, he's not coming in to directly replace Thiago Silva because we've already got like Disassi or Badiashile. They're going to be the ones. Or for Fafana if he comes back, if he doesn't have an injury ever again, which is unlikely. But then this guy would come in as the new kid on the block. So we're happy to just roll with the ones that we have now. Yeah, is that what we're doing? That's the standard now.
you ain't gonna play this with me. I've said before, there's two positions we don't deserve to purchase in again. We don't deserve. Central midfield and centre back. Yeah? We do not deserve. We have signed in the last 18 months I don't even need to get into midfield because I'll just name everybody, right? From 10 all the way down to 6 in those positions. I'll give you everybody. So let's not even get into that. Centre back, Badia Shill, Wesley Fofana, right? Levi Cole has come through the academy, new player. Desassi, yeah? Like, how many?
Chalobah, don't forget Chalobah's still there, bro.
Well, Chalobah was the only existing player, the only one. Like,
Yeah.
how many more centre backs do you want me to vouch for? Like, we've literally got 5. We've got 2 left footers and we've got 3 right footers. We've got Chalobah, Desassi, and we've got Wesley Fofana. So if we've given up on Wesley Fofana, then it's time to talk about that 80 million spent or 70 million or whatever. We're going to talk about that if we've given up. If we're giving up on Desassi, we're going to talk about how he's only been here 1 year, right? And we paid 34 million. We're going to talk about that. Like, we're going to talk about the people that you're trying to sell before you buy over here. You're not going to just get away with this flip. This is not Vegas. You don't just get to do red or black constantly. Like, we're going to talk about who's going out first. If it's Chalobah and we're playing a back 4, why do we need 5 centre backs for a back 4? I'm intrigued. So whatever way this goes, we're going to talk about it. Believe me, we ain't going to just keep signing players in these positions and just keep skimping over who's leaving and, it's 10 players come in, 10 go out. It's just whatever. No. We're going to talk about it. If we're bringing in another centre back, if you're telling me we need another centre back, then somebody's taking an L somewhere and we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it 100% because I'm tired of the constant, we only need 2 free signings just to top up the team. We just need the spine. And then we go and sign 10 players again. This happened last summer. I remember saying at the start last summer, we need 2-3 signings max. Do not overdo it. Just couple key players, top striker, top goalkeeper, top midfielder. Just leave it at that. No.
We're not going to do that.
Bang.
No.
10 players.
Instead, I vouched for this yesterday. I was like, if we get, at this point, can we just get one cool, experienced head in each area of the pitch? One defender, one midfielder, one forward. That's it. That's all I'm asking for at this point, yeah? But we're not going to do that. What we're going to do, according to what we heard yesterday, we want 2 or 3 under 23 players in every position.
It's mad.
That's then the complete opposite. But I'm telling you, this isn't ending. So this is what's going to happen, right? We're going to sign too many players again because we had to let go of a lot of players again. And they're all kids. For pure profit. Then everyone's going to come in. They're not going to be... Then the excuses at the start of next season are going to be, I need time to integrate the players. I need time for everybody to adapt to the league. Because remember, we're not signing bench players. We're not signing depth. We're signing... If we're signing these players, they're starters, they're key starters, they're coming straight into the team. Unless they are Premier League proven and they're top players in the Premier League, which are going to cost a whole heap of money, maybe a Pedro Neto or maybe a Senelise or whoever, like players that we are saying, right, they're quality players, but they're going to come straight into the team. They're already ready. All of them are going to cost minimum 60, 70 million a pop, money that we don't have. We're going to have to go abroad because it's cheaper abroad. The wages are cheaper. And they're going to have to come into the new league and they're going to acclimatize. We're going to spend about half the season making excuses saying, oh, yeah, we're 9th because we've made a lot of signings and they need to get used to the league. And then we're going to get another season to write off. Is that what we're doing? Another season? No? That's what will happen.
This season, at a bare minimum, was meant to be the building blocks for most of these players to start next season and be ready to start in the Premier League because they've had a season under their belts. That's what this season for me was meant to be about, at a bare minimum. If you've signed all these players, they should be taking this season to bed into the league, get used to it, and next season they should be ready to roll. Not these players, we haven't developed them, they're not really good enough. Okay, let's bring in loads more, and then they have to develop and they have to settle in. It's just an ongoing cycle of settling in constantly, and then we never actually get anywhere. So I don't know. It's an interesting one, but yeah, for me, signing an 18-year-old centre back is not on my agenda. Diomande, not on my agenda. Another young player that we were looking at. I think he's 19.
No, because you know what I reckon will end up happening if we end up going down this route, right? And we're still bringing in these young players, and it's not necessarily just about age, but it's about what they've actually done or what they've. I don't want us to go and get some 29-year-old who's actually done nothing. Like, no, but at the same time, I don't want to get an 18-year-old that's just come into the game that hasn't got anything to back himself up with. At the same time, I would happily go for a 20, 21, 22-year-old that has already done a lot, and it will cost something. But that's the reality of today's game. I'm scared that we're going to go into a situation where we'll end up with this same strategy, and then down the line, especially with financial constraints, we will end up having bids come in for our best players, and we will entertain them and we'll sell them. So a Cole Palmer down the line will end up being sold. Or Augusto down the line will end up being sold. Or the players that are actually showing themselves will come in and we'll get good money for them, but they'll be sold. And then we'll look to the next batch. And then that will become the new conveyor belt. That's where I'm scared we're going.
Do you remember what I said a few weeks ago? I think Arsenal, Younes, remember I was giving you the Arsenal went through that period where Sami Nasri, then there was Robin van Persie. Every time they created a team that could challenge,
the main guy left. Yeah,
gone,
yeah.
Finished.
Yeah,
this is exactly what I've been saying. The whole model seems like let's pack up on the latest 18, 19, 20, 21-year-old. What's going to happen in 2-3 years' time when they start hitting 23, 24, 25? Are you still going to be bringing in more 22s, 23? So what happens to the current lot that just turned 25 and 26? What are you going to do with them? You're going to sell. That's what you're going to do. Because that is the value proposition. That's how you want to run Chelsea Football Club.
These players here are terrible examples, right? I'll tell you why. Silva is nearly 40 years of age. So if you're expecting a 40-year-old to be one of our best players, then I don't know what you saw of John Terry or Frank Lampard or Drogba or Cech or any of these players' careers, but nobody that I can think of, probably maybe in the league since maybe Giggs, has played at that age and still been part of the first team running of the show. So just scratch Silva off, because Silva shouldn't even be a key player. He should be a backup player who just gets to sit in the stands. He'll make the odd appearance here and there, and he's more in the dressing room, giving advice. He's almost doing his coaching badges at this point. So just take Silva out. Sterling, has you ever looked at Sterling in his whole career and said, that's a captain, that's a leader? No. So why are you looking at him like that now? I am not interested in experienced players that have not been leaders in like Sterling, who have been part of systems and now looking at them for captaincy. Just like I don't think Chilwell is a captain. Just like Chilwell is not a leader. He's never going to be a leader. It doesn't matter if you just give him the armband and say, oh, here you go, you're a leader now. It doesn't mean he's a leader. Leaders, it's very clear to spot. We don't have any, right? So that's why people are just getting the armband like it's, just getting passed around. Even Declan Rice is more of a leader than Sterling, even though the age difference.
100.
Right? Even though the age difference. But he's more of a leader than Sterling. It's very clear. It's been clear for years. He's been leading his club to, latter stages of competitions, to a Conference League win. You can see it on the pitch. He's vocal. Come on. So don't use our experienced players as the barometer for experience in a team. Go and look at Real Madrid with Modric and Kroos. Go and look at Man City with De Bruyne and Stones. Go and look at other teams. Don't look at our team and be like, oh yeah, this is the barometer for leadership from experienced players. No, don't do that. That's very disingenuous. You know what we're talking about when we talk about bringing in experienced leadership. These are not the names that we think of. We don't think of 40-year-olds, and we don't think of Raheem Sterling. For God's sake, let's be very honest. Come on.
This is it. It's that point we lack. Well, not even lack. We don't have any leadership. It's as simple as that. And we've screamed about this for a little while now. Since this model's been implemented, we've been hoping that this would be addressed. It's not been addressed, and we're not going to address it. There's a reason, and I go back to this as an example all the time because it's such a good example. When Real Madrid decide to keep Modric as long as they do, or most recently, because Modric is going to be leaving at the end of the season, it seems, now that they've got a midfield that's ready. But even so, they're giving Toni Kroos a 1-year extension. Why? Kroos ain't going to be playing week in, week out. He's not, but he's needed. He's needed up until when their club are completely sure and these players have been given enough time to get up to that level that Cruz can now leave and they can take the baton and run with it, and that's it. They've not got to worry about a thing because they've allowed that. That's the process.
That's
the
called
process.
a success. That's called a succession plan. That's a succession plan.
Exactly. We've done the opposite. It's not just on a footballing level, and I always have to hit this home. We have to remember the club was gutted out from head to toe completely. Like a succession plan doesn't exist. It's everything's been ripped apart, destroyed, and we start again. Like
Yeah, pretty much we start again. Start from scratch.
So I'm not shocked that obviously what we're seeing now in terms of the way that we want to build a team or who we're trying to go for, it's in correlation with the way that the club is being run, even behind the scenes, and what we're not seeing. I guarantee everything is also a mess on that sort of level. So
this super chat's here saying if we had Nkuku, James, Lavia, and Fofana available for the entire season, how different do you all think the season would have been? It's ridiculous if you look at the names. If Fofana's at his best, I truly believe that could have been a big move in the centre back position because we would have been able to play a higher line for a start. And he was immensely talented at Leicester. Like his first season was ridiculous. I think he was team of the year levels. Cup final against us. I think he was man of the match when we lost to Leicester. So maybe in those games where Silva came out and we saw the team was a bit more compact and we were starting to move in a way where we can press a bit higher because we can move the line a bit higher, like a team that should be, if they're trying to press from the front, instead of playing a bit of a mid block and then trying to press and it's just a bit too many gaps in the middle. Maybe that would have helped. James versus Gusto. Listen, obviously James is for me still the better player, but I think Gusto's been so great for us that I don't really look at James's injury and say, that's had a massive say on our season now. Like Gusto's really been very, very good. Like he deserves to be in Europe next season. Him and Palmer have got a great chemistry on that side. Obviously, if James comes back, we're going to be stronger, but I don't think Gusto at left back is something that I'm trying to push either. So I don't know what we're going to do when they're both in the same team, but again, that's the type of problem you want to have all over the squad. That's not a problem to be like, oh no, maybe we should sell one. No, that's Chelsea. James versus Gusto. If James is at his best and Gusto is at his best, that's Chelsea. That's a proper problem right there.
I think you really would have to start thinking about playing a back three because James, I think now with the way the modern football is going, you want to have that expansive sort of style of play, and you can do that with back three. Xabi Alonso does it. I think Ruben Amorim does it. De Zerbi do it. Like I think a lot of the modern day managers, even Pep, does it. It allows Chelsea to play Reece James potentially week in, week out, and not exert a lot of energy going up and down the channel. And it actually allows him to fully concentrate on being solid in defense. But at the same time, if you guys remember, Azpilicueta under Antonio Conte, when he was playing RCB, whipping in those crosses from deep, from that inverted area, that could be something that could potentially be a bit of a lethal weapon for us. So that'll allow Gusto a lot more freedom to just bomb forward and really engage in the attacking areas. I think that might be something we may have to look into. And that means another centre-back, Reece James. Do you know what I mean? So this Euro guy, I don't know where he's going to fit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're going to find out if it happens. I mean, I don't know how much he's going to cost. I haven't been following him. I've heard of him because when I'm on my FIFA career mode, I'm looking for centre-backs at Strasbourg. This is who's getting recommended to me as one of the next big things because I'm managing Strasbourg now. I got sacked at Chelsea because the team wasn't good enough. It's nothing to do with me. Team wasn't good enough. So I tried to sell them all in January. Literally, I had everybody transfer listed. I was going to bring in some superstars. They sacked me midway through the window. And then they sent me to Strasbourg. That was the job that came up. So I went to Strasbourg, and now I'm building an under-23 super team like they asked. But I am top of the league, to be fair. I'm top of the league. I am top of the league, so.
Are you top?
Yeah.
Fair play.
Yeah, I'm top of the league, yeah.
You didn't have
with
difficulty
Strasbourg.
now,
That's mad.
Huh? Yeah. Well, last season we finished mid-table. And this
Has
season...
Mbappe already left to Real Madrid in your...
Not yet. Soon.
How are you coming first, bro? You must be... I don't know, bro. He must be doing some funny business.
Did you bring
Maybe
the
I need
difficulty
to-
down?
I might have to up the difficulty to back to legendary. I put it on world class this season. Yeah.
Ah, there you are. That's the reason.
Yeah, I was like,
That's the reason.
how's
Go
that
back to
happening, bro?
legendary, and you'll be holding the same protests that those fans now are doing in real life.
Oh, dear. What I want to do is win the league first, get my confidence going. Then I'll put it to legendary for the following season, and then we'll see where we finish.
I'm looking
Do you know
forward to seeing the
what?
ultras.
That the fact that Strasbourg ultras are out there and protesting and demanding owners to come out and show themselves and actually answer all of their questions.
Yeah.
That just shows, man, like there's serious issues in regards to how the club is looking to run going forward. So, man, it's that news yesterday about 2 or 3 best under 23 players in every position. Yeah, you don't win like that, bro. You're not gonna win nothing like that. But I'm
Mate,
sorry, you can't. That also isn't possible. Like you can't have 2 or 3 of the best in every position because one
It
of
looks
the
like
one
looks
of the,
like they're
one of
doing
the
it
best,
though.
one of the best is going to want to leave because they're not
Yeah.
playing because of the other best, or one of the bests are not going to join because they've realized that you signed too many of the other bests. We couldn't even get Wahi.
yeah.
Yeah, I was
Look, Matisse, look at what we're doing with Andre Santos, bro. This brother can't get game time at Strasbourg. Strasbourg's our club.
How is he not
our
playing
club,
at Strasbourg?
but
now?
part of the same group as us. But yeah, I mean, it just that just goes to show that the multi-club model isn't bulletproof. If we can't even have like Santos get minutes, that means there's been a miscommunication between us and Strasbourg when we sent him there, and they were saying either they need a midfielder or they don't. Either they need him or they don't. There's been a miscommunication. So it's funny because it's quite funny because we need him. We don't have a midfielder after Enzo and Caicedo. We're struggling for depth, but he's at Strasbourg on the bench. So,
But do you know what, Matisse? You know how you say that we don't own them or something. We actually, I think our owners do. The same owners, Bluco owners, own majority
Bluco
shares.
owns Strasbourg.
Yeah,
In the same way
majority
they own
shares.
Chelsea, they own Strasbourg.
So they own like the same owners.
yeah, but they
own
can't do
Chelsea.
anything. They can't pick the team.
Yeah, but why don't they? But what's the point of multi-club? I don't understand. Then, like, I thought the whole idea of multi-club is
so
that
for
you
me-
would be able to
For me,
infiltrate these things.
for me, the way that the multi-club model should be working is not necessarily we buy everybody and loan them out because there's limits on loans, right? FIFA
That I get.
rules.
Yeah.
And for me, that's a lot of risk on our plate, on our financial books.
That
for
I
me,
get. Yeah.
You're using those clubs if you want to do it this way, which like I said, I don't agree with and I don't like it. But you're signing players through those clubs. They're signing the players, and then you're bringing them through those clubs. And then if they get to a level where they're world class and they're potentially now too good for Strasbourg, then you sell them to Chelsea potentially. But you obviously pay market value because you want to give money to Strasbourg for their hard work and for their development. You don't want to rob them. You're not going to make it free because that's not going to incentivize Strasbourg to, one, keep doing that, and B, actually, it's not fair. So you buy them, but you have the control over the buying maybe, and you have an advantage, and you actually get a first pick because you found him in the first place. You brought him through at that club, and now because you have a relationship with that club. And by the way, hopefully that means that those clubs that you own, like Strasbourg's, they actually get better because they're getting really good players that maybe they wouldn't have got before with the finances, and they're getting up the league and they're getting to Europa League levels. Do you know what I mean? That's maybe the way it goes and everybody's happy. Strasbourg in the Europa League, they haven't been there. They get a young talent that they've developed. They've made it great. We brought them in. And then maybe we buy them for a really good fee, make sure they get a lot of money so they can buy a lot more players. But you also have to do that with balance, still give them experienced players. Same with us. That maybe is the way it could have worked. But I don't think having them like a Vitesse. I don't think that's I don't know if that's
so that's one way to sort of think about how multi-club could work. But what we're doing is Chelsea's buying all these players, and they're farmed out to Strasbourg. Okay, Angelo Gabriel at the moment, I think he's injured, and even he wasn't getting regular game time. He was playing one game, not playing. But Santos, surely Bluco owners across both the clubs are talking to the hierarchies of each club and saying, I'm sending Santos to you guys please make sure he gets minutes over there.
Mm.
Like, if I'm the owner of both the clubs and I'm doing this transaction between two of my clubs, I'm telling the hierarchy. So whoever the hierarchy, I think it's what's his name, Mark Stella of Strasbourg,
Mark Keller.
Mark Keller. I'm telling him, Mark, please tell brother, what's the manager's name? I forgot now. Patrick Vieira. Please tell Patrick Vieira, it is of our best interest that you use my asset over there.
Yeah.
I'm the owner. Can you please listen to me? I decide who gets paid here. So make sure.
Well, yeah,
What's
but
going
Strasbourg are their own club, and this is why I always say they're their own club. They got their own ambition, their own way of doing things, and this is why. I mean, even I think Poch came out and said you might want to buy an Argentinian club, but best believe that's not going to run because they don't play that game over there. And this is why I don't like the multi-club model, because you're trying to like create this pyramid scheme, which already exists in football. Don't get me wrong, but there's still, a hope that maybe if you get a takeover or you're Aston Villa, you can still make that move. And, they've gone from championship with Tammy Abraham to now being contenders for Champions League. Leicester have, won the league and gone back to the championship. There is still, Girona were in the title race. I know they're actually, no, I'm not going to use them because they're actually part of a group, but there is still like, some anomalies that, sometimes it can happen for you. And that's what Strasbourg would like. They would like their own story. They don't want to be part of the Blues Coast story. They don't want to be part of no group. They don't want to be part of no feeder, pyramid scheme, because now you have probably capped yourself off to a degree. So it is what it is. Last thing before we go, because Savers are on to me, but go on.
I'll be quick. When you see the latest, what is it? The latest statement by the Strasbourg lot. I mean, it's pretty damning when you see what they say. Like, they don't want to be part of a multi-club model where they've not been communicated to at all, but they don't want Blueco now. They just want them gone because they just feel like you guys are doing absolutely nothing for our club. But at the same time, it's deep when they even reference Chelsea. They even reference the multi-club model. And they say, like, this multi-club model that you want us to almost be like the second little brother to Chelsea. But look at your Chelsea that's finished 12th, that's 11th at the moment, that's doing nothing. And you want us to invest into this. Like, not even your main project is working. You think you're going to be good for us. Like, that's now Strasbourg's fans' mentality.
Bro.
And
it's facts. It's facts. Like, if we were the top of the league, like it's easy to look up to Manchester City because they're winning the treble, right? They're in the last 8 of the Champions League. So all the clubs underneath them can look at them and say, do you know what? I wouldn't mind taking some players from there because they're top, right? That's why you do that later on. When you've already got the club running like to a level where they're one of the best in the world, then you can do the multi-club model. I still don't like the multi-club model, but then at least it makes sense because you've taken care of the first team. So now you can actually go and do a multi-club model bit by bit, and it actually makes sense. What's the point of the pyramid scheme having the top club be mid? How does that pyramid work? That's not a very good pyramid. That's looking like a pyramid that doesn't go very high. Very small pyramid.
Yep. And they might be going down. Like, they're fighting relegation now. They're on the brink, and they've got a big game coming up.
1 point away.
I think they usually are in that position. Like, when you go through Strasbourg's league positions, they're in and around where they always are. I think it's worse for them now because they see it as you've come in and you've not improved us. So why are you here? That's the problem. You've come in, you've taken out all of our experience, maybe some emotional attachment players as well. You've brought in all these young players and we're not better. So why did you bother? You may as well just left us alone. Like, the whole point of them coming in is to improve, to give them the data and the knowledge and the level that they didn't have, not to give them the same position and make them feel more disconnected. What's the point? That's the problem. So, yeah, man, listen, we'll see how that all turns out. We'll see how our game against Leicester goes. It's very important. Are you guys confident for that game? Remember, 7th
actually.
Europa as well, potentially.
Yeah, no, I'm actually confident.
7th might get Europa. We might be back. 4 points. 4 points. No?
Look, with how our season has gone, I'll take 7th, man. I really will take 7th. And if that gives us Europa, well, let's gear up for Europa. But coming back to the Leicester game, I'm actually confident that we're going to beat them. we've taken care of some of these championship teams. And I know Leicester's not really like they're really a Premier League team, but I think we might have overall a bit too much for them. Not to disrespect, I think they're still a quality team, but we might just have a little bit too much individual brilliance from certain players that might just go. And that's what's been happening in recent times, to be honest. It's not really Pochettino who's created a masterpiece for us. It's individual brilliance from, players like Cole Palmer, long range shot out of nowhere. Players like Mykhailo Mudryk, who's been able to dribble through a few players and putting it in. I think at the end of the day, we just might have a bit too many aces up our sleeves to hurt Leicester. So potentially a semi-final bout coming up in the FA Cup. Hopefully.
There's a lot of pressure on this game because you can't go out. Like you really, really can't go out. It'd be especially before the international break. There's too much time there to talk for briefs and reports, and so I don't really feel like the pressure's like being typed out or said coming into this game. We haven't done our previews yet or whatever, but it's kind of like a unknown. It's a very known pressure. It's very like almost don't even have to say it. Like it's it might not be said, but it's there because it will only be said when it's over. And if it goes wrong, it shouldn't. But I've watched us against championship teams. We've struggled a lot, lower league teams. But it's not said, but it is there. Like best believe you have to win this game. Like it's not a joke. But I feel like everybody knows that, so we don't have to say it. So yeah, it's a madness. Younes, confidence? You ready?
I feel like we should. I feel like we should be winning this game. But I you know what we're like at the moment, man. I can't trust anything. So I'm watching with caution, and I reckon we will go through. But I don't think it's going to be as easy peasy as maybe some people think. Like,
no, I don't think so.
Leeds finished 3-2. And even that was an element where I think we were, the control was relatively there. Leicester are top of their league, and they've not been in good form. This is unlikely. Yeah. Leeds were in great form coming into that game. Leicester are not. But at the end of the day, like Miz has said, I agree. Leicester technically are our Premier League side, and they will be a Premier League side again. So I feel like this is going to be a cup game that isn't going to be it's not going to be easy. But I do reckon that we should get over the line. Like said in the chat, no excuses. I think we'll just about nick it. The problem isn't even that. The problem is that we have to win the FA Cup. At this rate, we have to. League position is league position, but I don't trust us to be consistent. That's one thing we've not been all season. We've not been that for 2 years. I don't trust us to get a run of results and where all of a sudden we are cementing a position in the league. I reckon we need to go all the way in the cup. That's going to be difficult. We get to the semi-final, you start playing big boys. So that's going to be a different story. So yes, first thing is to get past Leicester. I think we will. But then we're going to come back to this issue again anyway later in the semi-final, I reckon.
Yeah. Well, the teams left in it potentially will be very, very difficult. Man City potentially, Liverpool potentially, and obviously Wolves, like you said as well. So, I mean, that's how it could go. Let's see how it ends up. But that will be another day. That's Wembley potentially for us again. Opportunity to kind of respond to what happened in Feb, and try and. I mean, again, I can't articulate how important it is to win a cup, man, as soon as possible. It's so important. It's literally so important. Like to win a trophy under this ownership, under this manager. I don't really even mind so much about the manager because he might not even be here. But even if he is here next year, he needs to win a trophy as well. And this group of players who are really definitely going to be here, like you're not going to get rid of most of these guys, and rightly so. I think once you've put your kind of footprint down, you kind of have to stand there. So yeah, we need to win something. These players really need to win something badly. It's very important. So yeah, I mean, guys, make sure you smash up the likes. Make sure you subscribe, man. That's it. Now, next time we speak to you, we're either going to be in the FA Cup or we're not. and if we're not, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen.
I'd be highly disappointed if we're not. I think we should be. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we should be.
I think we should.
No watch along for press conferences. We don't do that.
Not anymore.
Haven't done that since
I
the
don't
summer.
even want to hear. He's probably waffling on about something crazy again.
He's probably
so,
talking about how Brighton was so nice last night.
yeah.
Yeah.
Great fish and chips.
Make sure you guys subscribe. Make sure you smash up the likes. The link is in the description. Subscribe to the other side of the coin. Preview is going to be dropping soon. Watch along is going to be there. Review is going to be there. Make sure you subscribe to Younes Talks Football. Preview is going to be there. Watch along is going to be there. Review is going to be there. Do you know what I'm saying? Content coming out quick.
And subscribe here.
Yeah. That would
What song's going to be here? Review's going to be here.
Yeah.
Helpful. I mean, listen, we're on the road to 80K. If you haven't already, check out the podcast. That's linked in the chat. Last episode, I had to upload at a weird time because my internet can't handle 12 gigabytes of footage. So we have to have a word with somebody's providers. And yeah, long day. So 2 hours sleep we're running on. So yeah, until next time, big up your damn selves in a bit, people. Peace. Go on.